How I think is it it's evening in India right now. Yes,
Yes.
It's afternoon. It's afternoon. It's about 3 p.m. now.
wow.
Okay.
Okay.
We start the
We
meeting.
are officially live. I'm gonna leave you in very good hands and good luck, guys.
Thank
Hey,
you. Thank you very much.
Christy.
Thank you.
Hey, Christy. How are you today?
Christy, I just wanted to say I'm so proud of you guys. You guys are incredible. It's 1 a.m. my time, and I just wanted to make sure you knew that you have the full force of the United States team behind you, and just so enamored with what you guys have been doing. I was just talking about, like, it doesn't matter. This is your day. This is your time. Unseen, just know I'm here, and I appreciate you guys.
Thank
So-
you very much.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank
And
you.
I'll see you guys when I go on in a couple weeks. But for now, this is going to be incredible, and I'm here in support.
Thank you. Thank
To
you
the
very
world.
much.
Thank you.
Got you guys.
So,
Thank you. Okay, we will start. First question, Malik. Micro.
Sorry. So firstly, can you tell us how your experience started with BIL? How you had the idea to create the first BIL in India?
Okay, so I introduced first TED in India in the year 2009. We had the TED India conference for the first time in India at the one of the beautiful campuses in a place called Mysore. And that became a huge hit to an extent where today India is the fastest growing TED destination. And then I came to know about BIL, which was in the US is called the Poor Man's TED. You know what the organizers of BIL did is they kind of, in the evenings, they took the same TED speakers onto the beach and did a conference with the same speakers who spoke at the TED, which I thought was a very smart thing to do. So BIL came to be called the Poor Man's TED. Okay, so that was because TED charges you $8,000 to attend a TED conference, and BIL had the same speakers, and they only charge $50. So there is a huge difference in pricing.
Yes.
But people could listen to the same speakers who spoke at a TED conference. So that's how BIL was born, and they had a very unstructured, program. So that's why it was called an unconference. It wasn't called a conference, but an unconference. So I was pretty fascinated with this idea, and I contacted the original founders of BIL in the US, because I was also in the US at that time. This was in 2010. And I asked them, can I do a BIL conference in India? And they said, by all means, we will be very happy that our concept is growing across the seas. And therefore, I did the first BIL conference in Chennai, which is in South India. And I did this
Yes.
program in one of the oldest engineering colleges here. And we had a crowd of over 1,000 people attending the first BIL conference here. It was a whole day conference. We had 12 speakers. We had 4 sessions, 3 speakers in each session, and 12 speakers for the day. We also had performances, people performing, singing and dancing and all those kind of things. Became a huge hit. And then, so that's how BIL started. And then we had another BIL conference in Chennai subsequently. And then, of course, Kerala happened. And I have been, sharing my experiences with whoever is interested in holding a BIL conference, mentoring them, and kind of evangelizing BIL in India ever since.
Good.
Thank you very much, Samuel. Thank you. It was great.
Siwar, can you please flip your smartphone?
You are flip your camera. Okay, we will the second question, Siwa.
So, Samuel, I will ask you the best moment you've ever experienced in an on conference.
You mean the best experience I've had while conducting a BIL conference? Is that what you're meaning?
Yes.
My best
The best
experience.
moment
Okay. The
in
my
on
my
conference.
best experiences has been in bringing together a whole lot of people. You know, we had 1,000 people attending our first BIL conference. So the experience of bringing people together and then, you know, getting the speakers who could share their experience, which was of immense benefit to the people listening. And it was a very interactive thing. What is different in BIL is that it's not just somebody speaking and all the others listening. It's very interactive. So, you know, the audience asks questions and the speakers are answering them. They are, during the break, they are mingling with the audience. And so it's more like a one-on-one conversation between people in the audience and the speakers. And that kind of experience is very unique to BIL. It doesn't happen in a TED conference, because TED conference, somebody speaks and the people listen. Here, it is not just that, it is people interacting with each other and sharing experiences. That's why we call it an unconference, because it's very, very informal. It's not like a formal conference where, you know, you have an audience just listening to what the speaker says. And here it is very interactive. So people are definitely benefiting a lot during these interactions. So that has been that experience of making that possible, of actually organizing that, is very interesting for me.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Samuel.
Samuel.
Okay.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will ask you third questions. What are the problems you faced when organizing a BIL?
See, I never use the word problem. I always use the word challenge. I always use the word challenge, because
Good.
if you look at it as a problem, then it is a problem. But if you look at it as a challenge, then you will start looking for solutions. Okay. So, to be very frank with you, I really didn't find much of problems here. I did find challenges. And the challenges was getting the right speakers. Because when you organize a conference, the first thing you do is you fix a tentative date. That is the first step. Step number 2, you find a venue. You find a venue for that particular date. You find a good venue. And the third thing is you fix a theme, the theme of the conference. Okay, so that is the third step. And once you have a theme, you look for speakers who will fit into that theme, you know. So you're very focused. You know what kind of speakers you should seek out for that particular theme. People who can shed light on that particular theme. So you look for speakers like that. And then when you have the right speakers, getting an audience is not much of a problem, because then people want to come and interact with such speakers. And therefore, getting the audience then doesn't become a problem. So this is how I've been able to fix my this thing. Then, of course, forming the various committees. You will have a speaker committee, you will have a reception committee, you will have a food committee, you will have an entertainment committee. So then this thing, and then we used to meet once a week, and we start about at least 3 months to 4 months before the actual event is when the planning starts. Meticulous planning. We plan everything. We take worst case scenarios into account. What happens if there is rain? What happens if something goes wrong? So we are prepared for all things. The committees meet. it's exciting when week after week you are actually, talking about the progress that you are making towards your goal of having a successful conference. Then that becomes exciting. The energy is very infectious, I would say. There's a lot of energy, and when you combine that energy, you get what is called synergy, right? So that's very exciting when you organize a BIL conference.
Thank you, Samuel. Umayma, we will move on after for the question of participants. Okay. Meher.
Okay. Samuel,
Yep.
what advice do you have for BIL's new generation?
What advice do I have for BIL what?
New generation.
New generation.
New generation. See, I'll tell you what, I always felt that if when I was your age, if we had this kind of opportunity, it would have been fantastic, right? Okay. Now, I may not look it, but I'm 65 years old. Or I should say 65 years young. Okay. And basically moving with young people like you also keeps me young. And therefore, I don't look my age. Nobody believes when I say that I'm 65 years old, because my hair is still black and I still have hair. So that is important. And I would say that I always move with young people. And I keep telling everybody, there's this famous Bryan Adams song which says 18 till I die. So that's what I keep telling myself, 18 till I die. So you are in a very unique position today, because today you have technology, you have the internet. It's easy for us to communicate the way that we are communicating now. Imagine that when I was your age, we didn't even have a telephone, and therefore I think you are in a very unique position, and you should use these opportunities. You should use these technologies. You should use the internet to connect to more people and build communities. The whole thing today is about building tribes or communities. So we form a very unique community called the Builders. And it is, BIL can stand for anything. It could be, beauty, innovation, love, anything starting with these three words. There is no, like, for example, TED is technology, entertainment, design. It's fixed. But in BIL, nothing is fixed. The B and I and L can stand for anything, starting with these three words. So you should be creative enough to come up with innovative thinking. And my advice for young people like you is that you have very, very unique opportunities, and you should use these opportunities to build something that is something more larger than yourselves. Always aim for something larger than yourselves, and that will give you a whole sense of accomplishment. Okay, so that is my advice for you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Aya.
Thank you, Samuel, for the advice. So we are wondering if you are planning to organize another BIL in India.
See, well, I'm not organizing another BIL, but I'm helping others to organize. Okay, because if I keep doing the same thing over and over again, then people don't find it interesting. But if I can help others, like I did help the Salem conference, the BIL conference in Salem, and then I helped the BIL conference in Kerala, and therefore I'm telling people, you take the initiative to organize a BIL, and I will help you. I will help you from behind, so that you get that sense of accomplishment. Okay, now I have seen quite a few things in my life. I have traveled the world. Of course, I haven't come to Tunisia. I should sometime. But otherwise, I've traveled to almost many parts of the world. I actually am based in the US. And my usual program is from India, I go to US. From there, I go to Canada and I come back. This is my routine because I am based in Dallas in Texas. And my daughter lives in Toronto in Canada. So this is my normal trip. Now, thanks to COVID, I'm stuck here in India for the last 8 months.
Thank you, Samuel. Okay. Now, Siwar.
So Samuel, what is your vision for BIL on the future?
What is my vision for BIL in India in future? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay. So I would like, India has got something like 32 different states. Like we've already done BIL Kerala and we have done BIL Tamil Nadu. So it is my vision that every state in India does a BIL conference. Okay, so basically we are looking for people in each state who can take the initiative and organize a BIL conference. We will of course help them with deciding on a theme and also getting them the right speakers so that they can make a difference in that particular area. Then of course they can branch on to the bigger cities in each state. Like we did BIL Salem, we did BIL Tamil Nadu, and then we did BIL Salem, which is again a city in Tamil Nadu. And so that's my vision, that we are able to grow this in each state in India and then in all major cities in India. So that's the vision.
Great. Thank you, Samuel. Okay. Now, Malik.
Yes, it was very interesting, and we have the curiosity about your opinion. How you think about your BIL Tunisia? Is it progressing or what?
Yeah, I think Tunisia, you've taken a lot of initiative, and you're all pretty enthusiastic youngsters. And I think that kind of energy is required to drive things. People don't move by themselves. You will realize that people don't move by themselves. They have to be given that push, that initial push to start moving. But once they start moving, and then there is a lot of momentum, and then you can do like that. So I'm not very sure about how many. I heard that Tunisia is a kind of a university town. Am I right? You have a lot of colleges and universities there. So I think you should be able to get all the youngsters together. They may be from different universities, but if you can get them together and form a really good conference.
Sam, your mic is mute.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Did I answer your question, Malik?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you,
you.
Samuel. Very interesting discussion with you. Moving on to the third stage. Do the participants have any questions? Raise your hand if you want to ask questions to someone. Umayma?
Hi, my name is Umayma Abdifi. I'm the president of Builders Club Kiron. We're still a new club. Well, someone already asked to give us some advice. I want to ask you if you how can you choose the speakers in BIL, and yes. We're still new. We're still beginning.
So I told you, the first thing, assuming that you want to organize a BIL conference, the first thing you will decide is a tentative date. Okay, you will fix a tentative date. You must give yourselves a minimum of 3 months if you want to really organize a great BIL conference. So first thing is you set a date which is at least 3 months ahead. Fix a tentative date. Step number one. Step number two, think of a venue. Depending on how many people you want to participate in that, look for a venue which has that kind of capacity. You know, it can hold that many number of people. Third important thing, you decide on a theme. You know, the theme of the conference will be this, that, whatever, you know. Based on the theme, you decide the speakers. Based on the theme, you then look for people who can add value to that theme, you know. So there are people doing amazing things. And what I do every day is, you know, I keep scanning the newspapers, looking for people who are doing something different, people who are innovating, people who are creative, and people who can make a difference in the lives of people. So that's the kind of speakers who will have impact. And if you choose the right speakers, you will automatically get your audience, because the audience wants to meet such people. They want to interact with such speakers, because most of these speakers are not readily available for people. So if you can bring speakers like that, you know, then automatically the people will come. Let's say that you are able to get somebody like a Elon Musk or a Mark Zuckerberg as a speaker in Tunisia. You will have a whole lot of people wanting to meet these people, right? So that's the kind of speakers that you will look for. People whom people want to meet and with whom people want to interact. Then you will automatically get your audience if you get your right speakers. Right speakers would depend on the theme of the conference.
Okay, thank you. I'm thinking about like choosing speakers who's gonna talk about how they managed their time in quarantine and how productive they were, because like coronavirus is still here and it's gonna inspire a lot of people, I think.
Yes, that's a good idea. So you will look for people who have very creatively utilized that time. Now, for example, I got stuck here in India and I saw people suffering. I saw people losing jobs. I saw people taking 50% pay cuts and things like that. I did see a lot of people affected by Corona. And therefore, I started a very, very unique e-commerce and door delivery service here. And in the last 2 months, it took me quite some time to set up the whole thing. But I've been able to build a very, very unique organization that I call as an amoeba organization, which means I don't have a single employee in the company.
Your microphone, Samuel.
Thank you, Samuel. Who have another questions, participants?
500 entrepreneurs. I don't have a single employee in the company, but I've created 500 entrepreneurs who work together for a common cause. So that's why I call it an amoeba organization. And in the last 2 months of operation, we've already been valued at about $2 million. And my target for this company is about $100 million in 1,000 days.
Wow.
So now I'm duplicating this all across South India. So you see, you have to look for people like that who have actually utilized this period to grow their business, to grow themselves, and to also be useful to the community. So look for people like that.
Yeah, okay. That's inspiring, really. Thank you.
Thank you, Samuel. Thank you, Umayma. Who have another questions?
I have one.
Christy بعد عبد الكريم. Christy, yeah? Christy, your microphone.
Were you talking to the other gentleman? Because I could. Are you talking to me?
What?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh,
you raised your hand.
I did. I raised and I just wanted to make sure because another gentleman spoke and I wouldn't want to cut the line. So I'll speak my question. Samuel, beautiful job on the history of BIL, and it is an incredible inspiration for what you're doing in India and everything else. My question is, as a BIL leader to leader, I have noticed I have grown every single time in different ways. My question to you is, how have you grown when leading a BIL? BIL conference as an unconference is one of the most extraordinary, wacky, wonderful things I've ever done in my life. I've noticed it grows me as a human being newly every time I lead. My question to you is, how has it grown you when you choose to lead a BIL?
Yeah, how have I grown when I chose to be a BIL leader is I have grown in amazing ways, because one thing, when you meet such diverse set of people, you are able to take away something from each one of them. We can always learn. We can always learn from others. So when you meet this kind of people, inspiring people, the speakers especially, they've done something amazing with their life. So you're able to take a little bit away from each one of them. And when you apply that, what you learn, my advice to speakers is, don't give too many ideas. Give one idea. Okay, give one idea that the audience can actually go back and implement in their lives. So when you get a very specific idea like that, and you're able to implement that in your life, 100% it grows you as a human being. It definitely makes you a better human being. And my experience with both TED and BIL has been that I have met amazing people, people who have done amazing things with their lives. And if I can take a little bit from each one of them, obviously that collective thing makes my life really worth living. I mean, I can be proud to say that I have lived a good life. And at the end of it, your creator will say, well done.
Thank you, Samuel. Thank you, Christian. Karim?
And Bill.
That's inspiring. We forget to introduce, Christy, which is a top leader in BIL in the USA with all the guys down there. She's a member of the BOD board of members, and we are really happy to get her with us tonight. She's gonna be our next guest for the next session. So, Samuel, which is I have a couple of questions, two tricky questions. The first question, did you think that BIL in India or around the world did accomplish its mission by being an ad hoc, an alternative to TEDx? That's the first question. And the second question is about finance. How did you manage, your conferences from perspective of, cost effective, meetings?
Right. So have we accomplished, as BIL have we accomplished, I think there's a long, long way to go. We have a lot of scope, especially under very trying conditions like this post-COVID situation. I think there is a lot that we can do. There is a lot that we can do to inspire and motivate people, because today people need hope. And they say that the biggest industry in the world is not the IT industry or the food industry, it is the hope industry. Because you will realize that everybody requires hope. Hope is what keeps us going. And therefore, hope is the biggest industry. They say that even religion is a part of the hope industry. People are seeking spiritual solutions for many of the problems that we face today. So I think as a community, as builders, we can really do wonders in building up these communities and giving them hope, or motivating them, or inspiring them. The second question you asked me is, what do you do for finances? Now, I remember reading something, find purpose, the means will follow. That's what I read somewhere. If you find purpose, the means will follow. So therefore, if you are having a very good team and you have the right kind of speakers, then getting sponsors is not a problem. What we aim to do is we aim to cover the entire cost of the conference with sponsors. So the ticket sales, which you will keep it at very reasonable prices, is what helps you make extra money, which you can use to plan the next conference. So if you really have good speakers, if you have a good team, you will attract the right speakers. If you have the right speakers, you will not only attract sponsors, but also the audience, because a sponsor will calculate like this. Now, if you have 1,000 people attending and you're charging your sponsor, let's say $10,000, that means his cost per participant is $10. Okay, so if he feels that, okay, I'm reaching out to another person with just $10, then it makes sense for them to sponsor your event. And that's how we get sponsors. So sponsors depends on the audience. Audience depends on the speakers. So if you're able to do that, I don't think raising finances is a big problem.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Eddie.
Samuel. Okay, who have another questions? Participants, Ryan, Suhair, Yahidi.
So can I ask my question?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, please.
First of all, I'm the Gizeni, president of Bedros CAF. Mr. Samuel, I just wanted to ask you, after listening to your inspiring career, did you try to speak in a conference?
Did I try to speak in a conference? I have spoken at almost all the BIL conferences. Only because I've been the first person to organize the BIL conference in India. So every time somebody wants to organize a BIL conference, they reach out to me. Not only do they reach out to me, I offer to help them in organizing the thing. So invariably they'll say, why don't you come in as one of the speakers? And I'll say, by all means, I always love to share my experiences. I also like to share with young people the experiences that we have gone through. I mentor a lot of TED TED and BIL conferences also. I mentor them, guide them on how to go about the whole thing, how to set up the committees, how to organize their finances, which are the sponsors they need to approach to get the funding, and all those kind of things. So I have spoken at quite a few, both TED and BIL conferences.
So honestly, the first time I spoke in a conference was 3 months ago, and it was at first kind of awkward because I was making an introduction and introducing the club and the concept of the club. It was kind of awkward, and I messed up at first, but then I fixed it, thanks. So, Mr. Samuel, how can you advise us to make better speeches?
Okay. First of all, don't waste time introducing yourself, because anyway, somebody is introducing you. Before you get onto the stage, there's usually somebody introducing you as the next speaker is so and so. Blah, blah. So don't waste time introducing yourself. Your opening sentence should be very powerful, okay? Because what you are sharing is your idea to the world. What is your idea to the world is what you must be sharing, because what idea that you have is very unique, and therefore you're sharing it with others, okay? And that particular idea that you're sharing with the world should make an impact. It's not like, let's say you're going on stage and saying, how I sleep 8 hours a day. Okay. Now, a topic like that will be like, what big deal? Everybody sleeps. But you'll also realize that there are a whole lot of people who cannot sleep. Okay. So if you can tell them how to speak, how to sleep, how to get a good 8 hours sleep, you have created some kind of impact, because a lot of people can't sleep. They take sleeping tablets. They keep awake, rolling in their bed. So if you can give them an effective way of sleeping well 8 hours a day, then you are contributing in some extent to better sleep. And in fact, in TED, it was Ariana Huffington, who owns the Huffington Post in New York. She spoke about how to sleep. So you can talk on any subject, provided it is having kind of an impact with your audience, and they are able to take away something from the conference, So that's how it is.
Thank you, Mr. Samuel.
Thank you, Samuel. I will explain what's a Builders Club. A Builders Club is a permanent club that is started by a request that goes through a review by the builders board and will host events and meetups and can organize a BIL conference event as well if only they choose it. Okay, that's clear now. Okay, who want to ask questions? Suhe, Anas. Okay, Anas.
So, good morning. Thank you, first of all, Samuel, for this inspiring speech and your amazing career. So, as Yasmin now explained, the Builders Club here we have in Tunisia. I want to ask, like, what do you advise us to do as activities and regular events in our region to develop our region and to inspire other people?
Okay, so like you may have a conference once in a way, but you can do routine. It's called a salon, SALON, a salon. A salon is where you will have only one speaker and you will have a limited amount of audience. This you can do maybe once a month, or you can do it once in a fortnight. You get one speaker who is interesting, and you get a audience of, let's say, even 30 to 40 people. It's okay. But if you continuously do these kind of small events, when you finally do the big event, you will have a sizable audience. You would have become popular in that area as adding value to that place. And when you do your main conference, you will have enough impact created because you have already built up your audience. You've already had speakers coming in and speaking at your BIL salons, as it is called. And this is how you'll keep continuously doing activities within your own community or your area or whatever it is. So you can think on those kind of small, what I would say, like seminars or workshops, where somebody who can teach people how to do something, instead of just it being theory, can it be practical? And if you can do these small events, you will build up your community.
Yeah, thank you for.
Okay, who has another question?
Just to add to that, now what I have done in my area is I have now encouraged young students to go to fly. We have these apartment complexes. So to go to these apartment complexes and get them to do a terrace gardening, terrace gardening, set up gardens in the terrace. We have so much of terrace space available because we have these huge, apartment complexes. So students go door by door. I call them the Green Brigade. Okay, so they are wearing these attractive T-shirts, like what Yasmin is wearing, a BIL T-shirt. So like that, they wear this Green Brigade T-shirt. And yeah, that's very nice. So they go apartment by apartment, telling them, okay, we are from this organization and this is what we would like to do. And especially post-COVID situations, if they can grow their own vegetables, nothing like it, right? So they go and advise people on how to set up a terrace garden and how to actually implement a terrace garden. And they also help them maintain that. So this I started about 3 months ago. We're doing very well, tremendous impact, and a lot of youngsters involved. They volunteer. They're not like paid thing. They volunteer. But they also get a sense of fulfillment that they're doing something for the community, So you should start activities like that, which is in keeping with what is happening in your neighborhood. So that's how you involve people. And once they know that you as young people are trying to create a change, you're trying to create an impact, then you will get the support. Then, companies will come forward to sponsor these kind of initiatives. Okay, so that's how it is. So now we have companies that are into seeds, companies that are into natural pesticides and fertilizers, coming forward to sponsor these kind of events.
Okay, thank you, Samuel. Who have another questions? Or finish the questions?
There is always questions. There's always question, and Samuel.
somebody said, questions are the answers. You ask the right questions, you get the right answers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's go back to the roots. Let's go back to 2011. My question is, since you did, first started the first session in Chennai, there was nothing happening, so far for a long time. And my question is, did you do any curation job? Did you try to, spread the word about BIL? Or you just, you were busy, or maybe a little, maybe a little away for that mission?
So, like I told you, that after the BIL conference, I went back to the US, and I was there for a couple of years before I came back. And then, a lot of people asked me the same question: when are you going to do the next BIL? I said, why do you wait for me to do the next BIL? Why don't you do it? I will help you. Why don't you do it? And that's how BIL Salem happened. That youngster reached out to me, and I said, definitely go ahead. And it was a beautiful conference, very well organized. We had a lot of very good speakers, and the beautiful arrangements. The arrangements were top class. And so that is what I'm encouraging now. I'm saying, don't wait for me to do something, the initiative. Because I'm traveling all over the place. Why don't you do it, and I will help you? So that's how I'm able to motivate, the youngsters to actually, in their own colleges, because most of them are still students. Why don't you do that in your own college? Involve the other students, set up your committees, because you will also learn. You will learn how to organize things, which will help you throughout your life. It'll help you throughout. You want all these organizations and things like that help you throughout. Irrespective of you go to a job, you can do this in your own company. So you will have this experience, and you will be looked upon. You will be looked upon as a leader who has organized something really interesting. So that's what I'm encouraging people to do.
Did you met with Mike I think that Mike is the only one down in the south. He's based in Houston. Am I right, Christy?
Where? Who's this?
Michael. Michael. One of the he's right.
No, I haven't met Michael as yet.
Yeah, he's in Houston, but right now I think he's in Mexico or somewhere else in the world. I don't know. He's
okay. Is he based in Hosur?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I deal with a lot of farmers, and I have this concept called farmers to families, where we are connecting farmers to families so that the families get their produce, vegetables directly from the farmers. And the main area I'm dealing in is Hosur.
Okay. And do you know that Michael did visit us in Tunisia back 4 years ago? And the invitation is open for you and Chris and everybody to join. You're gonna be our guest anytime. Mike did stay here for like a month or so. I think more, a month and a half. And he came here by total accident because he was heading to Ireland for some vacation, and the vacation was cancelled, and he found himself, in my doorstep, and he was my guest for a half a month, 6 weeks, totally by accident. So if you guys happen to, be around Europe, please drop by. I'm gonna be happy, to show you around.
And don't let our buddy fool you here. Michael Cummings was thrilled to be on that doorstep and to have that little hiccup of a travel plan, so that he got the opportunity to be with our Tunisian family. It was extraordinary for the rest of the United States, and for us to get to know Samuel and to hold Samuel in gorgeous esteem for everything that the world is doing, for all of our leaders. And if it wasn't for Karim and our global family, and Michael being willing to fly, but all of us being willing to connect as a world, there's no possible way that we would have this meeting right now. I mean, we are multi-country. I've got chills going on in my body right now for how extraordinary. Every single person who is a builder who says, this is what B needs to be, this is what I need to be, this is what L needs to be. We are a human family. You're just human beings who self-select, saying, this is what we're up to. This is what we're up to doing, and we're going to make it happen. And so for Michael to land on that doorstep, and for Karim to say, you're welcome here, and for Samuel to say, we're doing terrace gardens, we're doing farmers, we're doing like everything that we're all up to, for us to just hold each other high, this is what it's all about, you guys. It's like, we're doing it. And so I'm going to be quiet now and let Samuel go back. I just wanted you to know, don't think that Michael showing up was an accident. He was so excited, so pleasured. So it was a dream for all of us. And I just wanted you to know what an honor it was for us to be part of you guys.
Well, again, you know, for Sam and Chrissy, you know, you're welcome to join. You know, I know it's hard times right now with the COVID, but if things, you know, gets back to normal, you know, normal is is quite difficult. You're welcome to join, you know, to be our guests in Tunisia anytime.
Thank you, Karim. Thank you, Christy. Samuel, your microphone.
You're muted. Unmute yourself, my love.
Hello, micro.
Okay, I said, where is Christy based in the US?
I'm in Los Angeles. So when BIL was founded in 2008, I became part of BIL in 2000. Started leading my own BILs in 2015, but I was part of it, like I was part of the leadership from 2012, 2013 in a huge way, 2014, huge way, 15. Everybody else became so busy that we needed a team. We were afraid BIL was going to die and not be able to participate anymore. And so my friend Faye and I stepped up to say, okay, we don't know what we're doing, but we're willing. And it was exactly what you were talking about, Samuel, where people were talking to you, when are you going to lead the next BIL? And you responded to the community saying, you can do it. We were those people that stepped up and said, well, they are no longer available and this is worthy and we can do it. And so I just want you to know everything that you're telling this community is so on point. It's so beautiful. You're a gorgeous BIL leader, and it's an honor to be in your presence.
Thank you so much. I used to visit Los Angeles very often because my daughter used to live there, and she used to work for Toyota, which was headquartered in Los Angeles, as you know, and now she's moved to Toronto, but she still works for Toyota.
I live right down the street from where she worked, so that's lovely.
Nice. Okay, the next time I'm in LA, I will definitely catch up with you.
Okay. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you, Christy. Anas?
First of all, thank you again for this inspiring speeches and about the builder history and the BIL history in all the world. So, like, there's a quote that says, dream big and make it happen. And every BIL's dream is like to bring international speakers and famous people. So how do you advise us to bring these people and to make them come and to our conferences and are speakers of our conferences?
See, if you ask me, it is not difficult to reach out thanks to technology, thanks to things like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram now. It's not at all difficult to reach out to anybody. Okay? It is possible to reach out to anybody. Whether they respond or not is the question. Okay? So if you ask the right questions and if you can really show them on how they could add value to your community, I'm sure anybody will be interested to come and speak. People love to speak. So if you give them an opportunity to do that, then definitely, yes, people will come. And if you are able to get such speakers, you will not have a problem getting an audience because everybody wants to. Now, let's say, for example, let's say like Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk is landing up in your place. You'll have almost the entire town wanting to come and listen, right? So that's it. And to reach out to Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk is actually not difficult if you are on Twitter. You just go to that thing and say, hey, hi, this is me, and I would like you to come and speak at my conference. Now, whether they respond to you or not is a different question, but at least you can reach out to them.
Yeah, so we have to try and we have to make it happen. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you.
Perseverance. Try till you get it. That's it.
Okay, I have a confession to make. We didn't start working on BIL in April 2011, and the first BIL happened in September 2012, and it took us so long because the first list of speakers was unrealistic at all. We were thinking about big names and big venue and big, sponsorship, and the first team did vanish, the second team did vanish, and I was sitting down in a coffee place with a friend of mine, and he told me about this small place called Artisto, which is a small, acting place with 60 seats. Fresh refreshed. It's a. I did show the photos earlier, and he told me that it was, of his friend. I told him, can your friend make us, a good price for the venue? And he said, yes, I can talk to him. So he made us a very, very nice offer. The whole place, it cost us something like $50. And there was, I got a friend of mine. There was English-speaking, media called Tunisia Life, and they did the coverage for free. We got 4 speakers. By the way, one of the first speakers was the father of what is Muhammad?
Is not here.
Not here. He was one of the first speakers in BIL. His son now is a new leader in BIL today. 8 years later. So the first BIL that cost us, and there was a coffee shop inside the place. I'm gonna show you the photos later. It cost us nothing, and the banner behind the scene was donated by a friend of mine. I did the photos, and we did do this in 1 week. While we did, having brainstorming about big names and big venue for months and months. So if I may, I think I shared this with Eddie. He said, that you have to get first the venue, and they have the speakers, and they have the time, stuff like that. Sometimes you have to push things forward. Depends on the culture, and we are good at planning in Tunisia and very bad at executing. This is our main fault. So if you can't do things at the big scale, do them simple with what we have, with with the budget and the resources you have, quick, which is agile, mind of set. It's better than doing nothing. Yeah,
I agree. Yes, what you say is very true. It's better to do rather than just talk.
Okay.
Back to you, Yasmin.
Who have another questions? ريحي, سليمة, Khalil, Suhail. No. We can move to the last step, the close word, Karim.
Me?
Who wants to say something to someone? Karim, you would say something to someone?
Okay, Yasmin, where did you get that T-shirt done?
What?
Where did you get that T-shirt done? It looks good.
The second conference, Cyber Fame, BIL High School in Nasser.
So how much did it cost you to do that?
بالدينار.
$5, no more.
$5 means you mean $5?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, probably I could get it for you at $3.
I have two.
For $3. Come on.
I have two. You can get it free. Thank you, Samuel. Okay, I want to start to say something to Samuel. Thank you very much, Samuel, for accepting this invitation. I love the way you talk, remarkable energy, and I love it. I hope that we will meet one day in India or in Tunisia. We will have another live with Christy in February 27.
Yeah.
Christy, your presence with us today is a pride for us. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Kerim.
Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. I'm very happy, for the, it's as you know, we are in the process of handing over BIL to Yasmin and her team, and I'm a little nervous about this. Chris knows that, and hopefully they are doing a great job. It's gonna take a time, for the full process to finish, because it's very important that BIL legacy stays alive and keeps shining everywhere. And I hope I'll be working more closely with the BUD for the next month, because they're going to be free. I hope to revive all BIL session around the world. We have in Bosnia, we have in other France. We have many countries that are involved. We have Algeria. We have people in Morocco. We can be working with those new countries, like Samuel did mention that we have to expand. We have to expand the idea of BIL everywhere. BIL is not dead. BIL is having like a small break in the in the COVID time, because unfortunately, like any event-based organization, we can't do much. And I'm gonna tell you something. Myself, like many others, we are sick to stand behind a computer and talk to ourselves, while my daughter is running around and doing stuff. So I'm a person that likes events, like preparing the venue, preparing the audio, preparing the lights, making sure that speakers are comfortable. I miss all that. I miss really the tension, the stress, the sweat, the problem, the issues, the challenges, like I said, all that is what drives BIL, what drives me, what drives the team, what Sam, Christy, and our friends in other countries. We have in India or in Bosnia or in other in Kazakhstan, other countries that drive them ahead, because they like those kind of challenges. They like to make things happen in small, larger scale. So. Yeah, again, I'm really happy. Thank you, Yasmin, for making this happen. Thanks to the team, Meher. There is a lot of big team, and hopefully they're gonna. I hope they're gonna do a better job than I did. So, BIL is gonna be improving by generation to generation, and I hope to be working closely with the BOD, because we have a lot of things to do. There is people, that in Tunisia technically we have 6,000 people who are leaders. We have over 60 sessions per year. Right now we have like, I don't know, 200 clubs. It's crazy. And the management of this is done by a small team. And we are, BIL Tunisia doesn't have even a petty cash. We manage all this with our own resources, with the resource of the participants, the resource of the teams, which is amazing, because I don't know a single organization in the whole world that is working without any budget. So again, I want first to congratulate. Yeah. I want to congratulate, the whole BIL family around the world, the new team in Tunisia, Yasmin, Aya, and all the team. Great job. Great job.
Thank
Keep
you,
on-
Kirin. Thank
Thank you very
Keep
much.
on.
Thank you.
keep on shining. And BIL is strong as ever because BIL is different, BIL is unique, and BIL is gonna last forever. It's gonna last as long as ideas should be shared, as long as speakers gonna be on stage. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you very much. Thank you for the opportunity, and it's been great meeting up with you. I am available to you anytime that you want to tap into my experience or whatever. I'm here to guide you in whatever you are trying to do and accomplish. And hopefully, we'll have an international conference where people from different countries can get together, hopefully after this COVID situation. That will be really great if we can do an international conference where people from all over the world, builders from all over the world can congregate in one place and meet face to face. I think that would be a dream that I will cherish.
Listen, Sam, BIL is having 10 years in 2022. Let's make, as you did say, let's make a date starting now for an international meeting in September 22 in Tunisia.
22.
What do you think?
Sure.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Thank
Christy?
you, Ryan. You want to say something?
I wanted to say that I'm really happy to be among you, and thank you so much that this is really happening. And maybe I didn't ask any questions, but everything is clear. And thanks to Mr. Samuel for his inspiring talk.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Goodbye. And Christy, 27 February, we can meet. Okay, thank you.
Thank
Forward
you.
to
Thank you, everybody.
Samuel, I hope you come the 27th. Is it the 27th? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And Samuel and everyone here, I hope you guys again. Love to hear more from you. I do love the collaboration. It's our way. So good night, or well, for me it's good night.
Good night, Christy.
Good night, Christy.
Good night.
You guys too.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Take care,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for this.
Can I say something, please?
Please.
They left. Did they leave?
Say.
Okay, thank you for this invitation. I am really pleased to be with you. So, can I get some contact information about someone and Christy?
Yeah, we're gonna
I
share.
will share in the group.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Sam, go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I will share my contact details in the group, and you can take it from there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sam. And